Hi everyone. In this video, let's have a look at the creation of school and multi-school group in the accounts panel, for which you need to log in into your accounts panel using the username and password that is provided. Let me log in into my accounts panel. Right here, you can have a look at the overview where you can see the multi-school groups that is created, the total number of schools that I've created. Let me go for the option schools, where you get to see the list of schools that I've already created. To create a new school, I can go for the option New School, and here I need to enter the name of my school. Right here, I need to define my school code. You can see that the domain name has a part of the school code, and this particular domain is the one that is going to be circulated among the users of the institute. So the users will have to log in using this domain. The next option that we find here is inherit email setting. You can enable this option to inherit the email setting that is done in the company. Below you can find all the plugins that is available for the company. While creating a school, you can select the plugins that you want to assign for the school that you're going to create. Let me select the plugins and I'm going to save. Now the school is created and you can see the domain using which you can log in into the school, where you have the username and password to log in. Below you can find a payment package that can be assigned for this particular school. So this payment package is there in the company and I can assign this to this particular school, for which I need to assign it here and save. So now you can have a look at the profile of the school. So you can see the profile, the information. Below you can go for the domain and you can see the domain name using which we can log in into Fedena. The next thing that we can see is the plugins. So these are the plugins that is assigned for the school. We have inherited the email setting for the company. If you have not inherited, you can add the email settings right here by going for the option add. The next thing that we have is the SMS setting. To know more about SMS setting, you can have a look at the accounts panel video, where we have explained about inheriting the SMS setting for the schools and multi-school groups. For more information, you can have a look at the accounts panel video to know about creation of SMS setting and inheriting a school or a multi-school group for an SMS setting. The next one that we have is the gateway. As we've already inherited a gateway, you can find the gateway name that has been inherited for this particular school. You can again assign more gateways by going for assign gateway. The next thing that we have is the multi-school group. And here you can see the list of multi-school groups that I've already created. To create a new multi-school group, you can go for the option New Multi-School Group, and here you can enter the detail about the multi-school group. Let me give a name for this multi-school group, an organization name, a contact number, an email ID, a username that you want to provide, a password using which you want to log in into this multi-school group, a description that you want to provide, and the license that you want to provide for this multi-school group, because you might create various schools inside this multi-school group. So whenever you create a school, you're going to utilize these licenses that you're going to provide here. You can enable these options that is provided below. So I'm inheriting the email settings that is available for this company to this multi-school group. And once I've inherited, I'm going to save it. Now you've created the multi-school group, you can assign the plugins that you want to assign for these multi-school group. Here you can see all the plugins that is available for the company available right here. So you can just select the plugins. I've selected all the plugins. I'm going to the next step where I can assign a payment gateway. As we've already created payment gateways right under payment gateway option, it is getting displayed here. Now we can assign this gateway for the schools and multi-school group. I'm going to assign it here if I want to, or I can skip this step as well. Let me assign the gateway right now and I'll go for the option save. And now you can see the multi-school group that I've created. You can see the profile information that I've entered. You can go for plugins to have a look at the plugins that I've assigned for this group. Under domain, you can see the domain using which we can log in into the multi-school group and create schools. In the multi-school group, let me log in using the username and password. So once I've logged in, I can see the list of schools right here. Since it's a new multi-school group, I'm not able to view the list of schools. I can create a new schools here. Let me go for the company and have a look at the details here. So here in the company, you can have a look at the profile, the information that we've given while creating a new school. The profile information that we've given while creating this multi-school group. Under plugins, you can have a look at the plugin that is assigned for this multi-school group. Again, under the domain, you can see the domain using which you have logged in into this multi-school group. Again, the email settings and SMS settings are the one that is assigned from the company details. Under your plugin settings, you can get the Azure OAuth and Google OAuth settings done here. Let me move back to the school, and here is where I can create a new school by going for the option New School. Let me enter the school name here. Once I've entered the school name, I can enter the school code. So school code is nothing but the part of the domain name. So I'm going to enter the school code. And below you can see the domain name gets defined based on the school code. So this is the domain that you're going to use to log in into the school. And here you get to see the inherit email settings option. If at all, if you want to inherit the email setting that is available for this multi-school group, you can do that by enabling this option. And below you find the list of plugins that is assigned for this particular multi-school group, and you can select the ones that you want to assign for the school. Let me select all the plugins right now and I'm going to save it. Once the school is created, you get to see the domain name, you can see the login username and password. You can enable this particular payment gateway for the school as well, or you can skip this step here. So once now the school is created, you can have a look at the school here. And once you select the school name, you can see the profile information that you have given while creating the school. You can go for domain, have a look at the domain here. Once you select the domain name, here you get to see the Fedena school where you can log in using the admin ID and password. Right now I've logged in as an admin into the school that I've created. So here you get to see the plugins that is enabled for the school, and you can have the email settings done here and the SMS settings that can be done here. As well, you can go for the gateway options where you can inherit a new gateway or create a new gateway for the school. Let me move back to the accounts panel. You can have a look at the payment gateways right here where you get to see the gateways that you've already created, and you can create a new gateway as well. For more information, you can have a look at the accounts panel video. So that's all about creation of school and multi-school group. Thanks for listening.